Hi, Matt with etrailer, and today we're talking about the Titan chains with assisted tensioning tire chains on our 2022 Chevrolet Express van. Now we're going to have this on our rear axle as what the manual recommends, and our tire size is going to be 245/75 R16. So let's check them out. These are going to be a great set of chains for anyone who's looking for something that's pretty easy to get on your tires because you don't have to get on the ground and underneath your vehicle. And they're going to get you through those moderate snow and ice conditions. So let's check out the specs. So firstly, you'll notice we have these links, and they're going to be made out of a nickel alloy, so they're going to be very durable, and they're going to be weather resistant too. They're also going to have the square link design, and that's going to give you more bite through ice and snow. And they're pretty low profile, so they're actually going to be S-Class compatible, which is going to be all right. We have plenty of clearance back here, but it's always nice to have a little bit more room for clearance. Along with that, we're going to have this diamond pattern, and that diamond pattern is going to assist with giving you more traction when you're making your turns. In the center, we're going to have these yellow powder-coated links, and what's nice about this is if they hang a little bit too low sometimes, like this spot right here, if they make contact with your rim, they're going to be less likely scratching it up. And right next to that, we're going to have this hook with a rubber tensioner on it, and these gray links too. And what this system is your assisted tensioning system. So when you're driving, this is going to help keep things nice and tight. Now I do recommend, if you're driving for extended periods of times, that you do check this often. And your chains are going to come two to a set, and it's a pretty sturdy case. I'm a fan of it, because one, it is really easy to use. All you have to do is unzip it. And the way it holds your chains is it's going to have a pocket on either side. So they're going to be separated, and they fit in there really nice and easy, and you don't have to worry about them getting tangled together. Overall, this is going to be a great set of chains if you're looking for something that is really easy to get on and off, and it's going to get you through those moderate snow and ice conditions. Now, if you need something a little bit more heavy duty, something if you're driving with areas that have more extreme conditions, then I would recommend a larger set of chains that have larger links on them. But if you're just doing some everyday driving, transporting people on normal roads, then I think these are going to do you just fine. As for the installation, it is pretty straightforward, but if you need a hand with it, we'll walk you through it. To start off our installation, I recommend grabbing some gloves to make this a lot easier. And if you're doing this for the first time, I recommend doing it at home so you don't have to figure this out in the middle of a blizzard on the side of the road. Well, we're going to be checking two things. The first thing we want to check is our links to make sure there's no damages to them. And we want to make sure this is in the right orientation, making sure that this gray cord is closest to our tire, and these hooks are facing down, so they face away from the tire. And we want to check over here, make sure our yellow links are furthest away, and we don't have any connections in the center. Now we're just going to grab our chains and push them behind our tire. And when you're pushing it behind your tire, kind of lay everything out so it's a little bit easier to grab. And sometimes this gray cord can get stuck back there, so make sure you grab that. Now we're just going to grab our gray cord, lift up behind our tire, grab this middle block, and push it through this channel until it makes that connection. Now we're going to drape the rest of our chains over a tire. Make sure nothing gets twisted up, and connect this yellow link to this green hook. Just like that. Now we want to make sure everything's even. So kind of arranging this so it doesn't sit too low. Then coming down to the bottom, where we're going to grab our gray chains, push them through this red channel, apply some pressure to get this nice and tight. Then you're going to run this rubber hook through each one of these red eyelets. And then you're going to apply pressure each time. And then finally, we're going to make a connection at the furthest point we can with that metal hook facing away from your tire so you don't puncture it. And at this point, I like to give it a good tug test, make sure nothing feels too loose. And then you're going to repeat that process on the other side. Once both chains are on, I recommend backing up or pulling forward some to make sure you got a snug fit on both sides. And if you do, then you can hit the road. But that's just a look at the installation and some of the features of the Titan Chains assisted tightening chains on our 2022 Chevrolet Express van.